Hi, welcome to our series called Biblical Foundations for World Missions. I'm your professor, Rich Strahm. In this lesson, we're going to learn what precisely the Lord is asking us to do in His Great Commission. Then, in the next lesson, we'll look at how He intends for us to fulfill His commission. Let's look again at the Matthew 28, 19 and 20 passage. If we list the four main verbs in this passage, they look like this: go, make disciples, baptize, and then teach. But in the original Greek language that Jesus spoke, only the word translated make disciples is a command. Grammatically speaking, it is an imperative, and the other three words are supporting participles. So logically, we should list the four words like this: make disciples by going, baptizing, and teaching. Surprisingly, go is not actually a command, but more about that in the next lesson. Make disciples. Because it's the only command, making disciples is the heart of the Lord's Great Commission. But this phrase meant far more than teaching a subject like math or history or music. This word literally means to create followers or to train apprentices how to master a skill, like learning to cook lasagna or straightening out your golf swing or mastering a video game. In this case, Jesus commands us to create active, fruitful, obedient Christ followers. That includes a lot more than just sitting through church meetings. Make disciples of all the nations. Jesus describes the scope of our task when he adds the phrase of all the nations. Of course, this includes making disciples in our churches locally. But more importantly, Jesus instructs us to make disciples of people from all the nations, to cross cultural barriers with the gospel until at least some people from every ethnic group on earth have become his disciples. This is the major task Jesus gives you and me today. This is what Jesus commissioned his church to do. Therefore, my friends, the most important question any of us can ask ourselves is this: is what I am doing today fulfilling Jesus' Great Commission? Am I partnering with him to make progress towards his clearly stated goal of making disciples? Perhaps you're asking yourself, well, what can I do? Well, you and I can do a lot. We're not helpless. For example, we can earnestly pray that God will send disciple makers to lost people groups. We can disciple foreigners living right here among us. God is sending the nations to us today. We can send some of our own church members to make disciples in other countries and pray for them. We can join a short-term mission team, assuming the team's purpose is to make disciples. Well, in this lesson we learned what Jesus wants us to do, to make disciples of all the nations. In the next lesson we'll learn how he expects us to accomplish his main task. Thanks, and bye for now.